Watching KTN News and KTN Home, and welcome back now. President William Ruto earlier on received the Kenya Certificate of Secondary Education 2023 briefing from Education Cabinet Secretary Ezekiel Machogu at the Eldoret State Lodge, Uasin Gishu County. President Ruto ordered a probe on why some 3,685 students who registered for KCSE failed to take the exam.
Successfully done. We also increased the number of marking centers from last year. The conditions in the marking from the National Treasury on Friday, and the money has already reflected in the accounts of NEC. So whatever amount that was remaining to pay the examiners, we will be able to.
So we'll have no debts like before.
We will not have them.
President William Ruto receiving the results there. But now let's come back to the studios. We have a conversation on the just released exams, and in studio with me is Emuhaya, Member of Parliament Omboko Milembe, and also the Kupe chairperson, as he just brings us up to speed on the matters, education and the results. Karibu sana as we have this discussion. And what do you make of the results that have just been released?
Well, thank you. First, let me begin by congratulating the teachers and the students and the parents and everybody else who was involved in the exams, because they have done a good job. At least we have results, and about 900,000 students sat for this particular exam, and we have those results. Generally, as we look through as the union and as stakeholders, we see that there's an improvement in terms of performance. Like all the grades, those who got A's, those who got A minuses, B's, and so on and so forth, have improved. For instance, those who got A's improved from about 144,000 last year to about 200 or something this year. That's a credible improvement, and in all other cadres. But let me be quick to indicate that there's a snap on those who got the E's, because the last time we got the highest number of key E's was about 2014, and those number of E's have increased by over 18,000 students. So there is a danger there, because we are then looking like we are having 48,000 students who have gotten E's, and therefore they don't have a real proper, it needs to be addressed. So as much as I support the President's intervention in terms of inquiring the students who missed the exams, who are about 3,800 or about 4,000, it's very important that as teachers and stakeholders, Teacher Service Commission, the Ministry of Education, we institute our own inquiry into seeing why we had too many students getting E's to the tune of 48,000. And on the presidential inquiry, I think I want to support it, because when we had the results of the KCPE released, you notice that there was also a very big chunk of students who did not get results. And the minister has been tracking them down. And when you look at it to date, they have only tracked about 2,000 of them. About 7,000 have not been tracked. Now we have this big number, about 4,000, who have not gotten results. For me, where I see it as a union and as a legislator, I start looking at the system. Is the system very clean? Are we presenting all candidates, or we have some students who are not students within the system, whom the government is paying for money, and that money is going to individuals or certain pockets around the country? So that's what I would wish to say in a surplus.
And on that issue of 9,000 who didn't sit KCPE, I know 2,000 can be accounted for as we speak right now, and that they do not warrant to sit any national examination. What do you make of this idea, and how do they get to go to Form 1 if they've not sat any national examination, for instance, KCPE?
Well, that is a very, the intervention taken by the ministry is very new, and I want to believe that he took it because of the circumstances in which we are, because we don't have any other exam coming. The original and idea that he had brought about of policy that they sit for another exam, which used to be called in the university supplementary, was very good, because then it gives them credibility to move to Form 1 with confidence that, hey, we did this exam and we deserve to be here. But now that he has decided that they are moving without any exam and they'll be sitting for whatever exam while they're in the secondary, it's not very good for academia, because as they move on, they will look at themselves, they will not have the confidence of being at the level where they will be. And you know, schooling is a whole setup of many things. There are those students, they'll be kind of stigmatized. And I'm a teacher, so I can speak on this very easily without even going to the ground, that they'll be categorized as this team that is here and has not sat for an exam. Because exams in Kenya have been really revered the same way America revered its economy. And therefore, if you have not passed exam, there's a likelihood of a stigma. I would still advise, not too late, I keep on saying this, that they can be given this exam much earlier than the ministry seems to think. So that as they join, we begin by having that exam, and then they continue with their Form 1.
Omboko Milemba Kupet, chairperson and